Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. My mic sound nice. Can y'all hear me out there? Let me know. Can y'all hear me out there? Let me know. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Testing, 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 testing. My mic sound nice. Check 1. My mic sound nice. Check 2. Yo, can y'all hear me out there? Raise your hand in the air if you can hear me out there. Style, what up? My moderators, what up? Don't play no games. Hear you? Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Let's go.
We gon' get this whole club jumping. Shorty on the dance floor, shaking, thumping. Hair all crazy, high heels on. Baby girl, this your song. Y'all know what it is. Baby, this ain't trickin', we got it. Hold up what you want at the bar, we pops it. Hair all crazy, high heels on. Baby girl, this your song. Y'all know what it is. We gon' get this whole club jumping. Shorty on the dance floor, shaking, thumping. Hair all crazy, high heels on. Baby girl, it's your song. Y'all know what it is. Baby, this ain't trickin', we got it. My heart's on at the bar, we pops it. Yes, yo, what's good, guys? Let me scream at him for a minute. Y'all know what it is. Yo, fly and flash, doing my thing. See down in the club, making it rain. And gas on the VIP. When I step up in the club, all eyes on me. I hit the dance floor, do the swag on. Please excuse my hands, they get their grab on. 700 on the front, 20 for the make. Try not to bump into me and make me spill my drink. Got it full of roll, check full of color. Two stepping with a nigga, baby mama. But we can tell they don't want no drama. It's our block, gun stop, you go in one shot. We gon' get this whole club jumping. Shorty on the dance floor, shaking, thumping. Hair all crazy, high heels on. Baby girl, it's your song. Baby, this ain't trickin', we got it. All of what you want, that's the bar, we pops it. Hair all crazy, high heels on. Baby girl, it's your song. Y'all know what it is.
Everybody watching me, ain't nobody watching me. I could buy the bar, but you can only
What up,
buy
what up, what up, y'all? What up, Dolly? What up? What up, Miss Charles? What up? What up, Reese? Olive.
Ladies up in VIP looking poppable.
M30, what up?
Anything's possible.
Kendra,
I'm
what
so
up?
appealing that I'm feeling unstoppable. I
Yeah.
feel like losing an option. That's when I spotted you. Who was so sexy? I said, forget the hotel. I'ma let you step in the crib. No, I won't give you breakfast in bed, but you can eat me for breakfast after we had sex in bed.
What up? What's good? What's good? What's good, Reese? Holding me down as usual. What's good, Dolly? What's good, Miss Charles? What's good, M30? What's good, heavy hitters? Yes, Jimmy Ace in the building. Crazy, crazy week, and it's still continuing. Still continuing. Rest in peace, DMX. Rest in peace, Black Rob. And rest in peace to the next legend that it's going to happen to. The G said she had a reading that another one was coming. Let's hope she's wrong. I can't really play Whoa, Reese, only because Diddy will get me. We're going to get into that. Right? And he'll have it cut out of the live. And will probably, if I play Whoa, what's going to happen is YouTube, by the time the live is finished, will cut it out of the live, and then they'll make me go back and delete that segment. Even if I say, you know what, to play woe, I would just not even be monetized tonight. I don't really care about being monetized tonight. It's much more deeper than that. I could care less about the monetization. But even if you don't monetize the YouTube or give me a strike, and you only really need one strike with Diddy, especially now since he know that I'm on his ass. So I'm gonna stay clear of the drama. I'm just gonna talk. April is the sacrificial month, as everybody knows. There's going to be another, maybe even another. So let's just pray for Al B. Shore. You know, since we there, hey, we might as well start it off there. Does Sean Puffy Combs, aka Dove Diddy, have life insurance policies on his artists? Now, what's up, Jason? Now, a lot of people will hear this and they'll say, nah, that's impossible. How can he do that? They'll say it's impossible, right? But it's not impossible when you have the type of paper that Diddy's got. Now, everybody knows to do a life insurance policy, the other person would have to agree, or so they say. The other person would have to agree to it. So they say, Heaven, a lot of people are going to say, Heaven, how could he take out a life insurance policy on them? What's up, Diva? But as we said, the life insurance policy is already in the contract. You know how some of them have it in the contract? You know that some of them have it in their contract that you are allowed to clone them. And when I say clone them, I don't mean clone, like grow a pod of you from birth. But a lot of them have it in their contract. If they get sick and they're going to be away for a long period of time, they have in their contract, some artists have in their contract that you can replace them to make money for that period of time. So if you go off to the psych ward, if you all of a sudden lose your mind, like how Kanye West did. Kanye didn't lose his mind, but Kanye started breaking through. Hey, boo. Thank you. Kanye started breaking through. But if you lose your mind like Amanda Bynes, like they said Lindsay Lohan did, like they try to make people believe Britney Spears did, and you're unable to perform for whatever reason, some of them have it in their contract that they can replace you with a clone. Don't believe me? Go ask B.O.B. He'll let you know. In your contract. Now, a lot of them can't sign the contract if that doesn't happen. What it basically says is if you get to the point where you can no longer physically, emotionally, or mentally perform as an artist, they have a right to replace you. Why would they sign that? Because if you don't agree to that, you don't get a deal. You don't get a deal. Correct. You don't get a deal. It's either that or you don't get a deal. And when you sign the deal, that will make you even more. The reason why they put that in there is that will make you even more prone to say, you know what? I better make sure I follow this out. I close this out. I better make sure I never get sick. I better make sure that I stay ready. And again, if you don't believe me, go ask B.O.B. No, because if you stay strong in the game like Rihanna, like Beyonce, like Madonna, you'll never get cloned. You'll never get replaced. So Diddy allegedly has this in your contract, right along with your masters and your publishing go to him. He will pay you upfront money. He'll pay you money for shows. He'll pay you money for performances. He'll pay you money for merchandising. He'll pay you money for, doing appearances. He'll make sure you pay your money for that. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. XAY. I appreciate it. Jay Chanel, what up? So, of course, do I think pressure, that's what Alicia said, do you think the pressure pushes a lot of artists into substance abuse issues? Of course, and that's what they mean to do. They clone, when we say clone, Jessica, I don't mean cloned by a birthright clone. They clone you by taking a piece of your DNA and injecting it into another person that is very similar to you. And if you inject your DNA into them and they chip you, People can still get chipped. People have been able to get chipped for years. They install a little microchip either in the person's arm. It's about the size of a rice, of like a grain of rice. That's how small the microchip is. Like the size of a grain of rice. So if you want to look that up, it's something called Project Mockingbird. And you can look that up. They started it back in the 30s and 40s. Project Mockingbird. So that when artists see that they have this clause, that will assure them that they'll act right. Yeah, because you have to remember, they're not really fake people. They're not fake people. You know, this is all performed spiritually. They're just like another person. It's just like Paul McCartney. It's just like a person that looks familiar, and then if they have your DNA in you, if you have a microchip, you'll get your memory. Elite doctors, witch doctors, surgeons, black market surgeons, usually black market surgeons. There's a female from Canada. She's on it's on YouTube. You have to look her up when she said that she went to a cloning center and got cloned. What's up, Ariane? But she brings it up. But we're not going to go right there just yet. So Diddy, as we all know, Black Rob at the age of 51, right after Diddy allegedly reached out to him and told him to stop letting people believe that, you know, that you're sick. Let people know that you're okay. And no matter what happens to you, I'll make sure I take care of your family. This is allegedly what Diddy said to Black Rob to make him just flip the script the other day after coming on when DMX passed, looking like he was on his deathbed. And then 2 days later, Black Rob comes out and says, I'm okay. Because he spoke to Diddy. What's up, Lisa? He spoke to Diddy. And Diddy said, I'm getting too much backlash. Stop saying what you're saying. The reason why Diddy stopped really messing with Black Rob. Black Rob ended up getting, cracked out from the stress right after G-Dep. G-Dep was so tortured and tormented by the soul of Bad Boy. Now, let this sink in. G-Dep was so tortured and tormented by the soul of Bad Boy that he gave himself up to do 25 years to life. He said on a crime he had already gotten away with. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Frenchie might be next. He confessed to a crime he had already got away with. He said, I would rather do 25 years to life than be connected to this man. He gave up his freedom and he said, I am safer in jail. And now he repented and he's back. Now he repented. He's back with Christ. Gave up all his money. Because G-Dep, Frenchie just replaced him. G-Dep was going to be French Montana. So he tried to replace G Dep with what's the name? Black Rob. And they came after Mace. And then Frenchie replaced Red Cafe. Because Red Cafe was going to be Puffy's guy to replace Mace. He brought in Red Cafe, didn't work out, so now he brought in Frenchie. That's what I'm saying. G-Dep was going through it. He said he saw demons. And he would rather do 25 to life. Think about this. This was a man in a record deal. He was becoming the face of Bad Boy, going to be the top rapper at Bad Boy. He was getting co-signed from people left and right. Ghostface Killer, Ludacris, everyone was co-signing G-Dep left and right. They was getting ready to make him the top rapper in New York after Big and all these dudes had passed away. And he said, I can't do it. I cannot live my life. My soul cannot take it. If you look at the Bad Boy artists, Craig Mack, that passed, I guarantee you, Puffy had life insurance on Craig Mack. He allegedly had life insurance on Kim Porter. Allegedly. And now the rumor of him having life insurance on Black Rob. And he is fully, I believe he is fully believing. I believe he's fully believing that Aubrey O'Day is going to commit suicide. I believe he's fully believing that Aubrey O'Day is going to commit suicide. And I guarantee you he has life insurance on Danity Kane. Because Aubrey O'Day, she allegedly already tried it once. She allegedly already tried it once. That's the word on the street. She tried it once. Now you see she's walking around, everybody's shaming her for her size. She done all these things to her face. Diddy ain't got no AIDS. Too fat to have AIDS. He getting fat. He ain't got no AIDS. Ain't no way that man ain't got no AIDS. Not as bloated as he is. He is deep into, Diddy's into darkness. But what Diddy will do is he doesn't know how to do the arts himself. But he has people who is involved in it. Like Clive Davis. Like L.A. Reid. Those people are involved in the arts. He used to go to Kris Jenner. Kris Jenner knows how to do it. Diddy don't know how to do it. But he'll just keep people around him that know how to do it. And he'll stay protected by them. Know how to do the arts, know how to make potions, know how to make aroma potions like Kris Jenner. Chris Jenner knows how to mix aroma potions. She's into aroma voodoo. He used to hang with her. They used to be bed partners. Not the AIDS disease. They used to be bed partners. I don't think he's got a house in Virginia either. Father MC. Remember Father MC's wife? He had it out for Father MC. And didn't Father MC lose his baby mama? Father MC lost his baby mama. Nah, he definitely doesn't have HIV. He ain't that dumb. He's not gonna, he loves himself too much. Diddy loves himself too much to catch HIV. Trust me. Look what happened to Jodeci. Look what happened to, the only person, and Mary had to pull herself together. Mary at one point was talking about she was trying to end her life, or she was ready to end her life. Mary was so strung out on alcohol and drugs. She felt as though she said she was suicidal. Everybody that has something to do with Diddy, he may get his karma 60, 70 years old. Just like Harvey Weinstein is getting his karma now. He may. What's up, Ms. Downs? He may get his karma, but think about this. You don't think he had a life insurance policy on Big? Of course he did. Diddy saw what could possibly happen during that time when he sparked the Tupac and Biggie beef. He knew what was going to happen, or he knew what could possibly happen. He knew it was going to possibly be a beef. He knew it could possibly be a beef. And that is the reason why he knew what was going to happen with Biggie and Pop. He knew what was going to happen with Biggie and Pop, or what possibility could have happened. Right? Ariane, in this day and age, I don't think you can, but if it's in your contract and you're a young artist and you really don't know, you're not thinking about that. You're not thinking about that. I am very sure that there is some sort of loophole that Diddy can have. There was always rumors about him and Mace. Bella Bridge asking him and Mace smash. You can have life insurance policies on people. I have one on my daughter. As long as you pay it, I have one on my daughter. Patience doesn't know I have a life insurance policy on her. As long as you pay it off. If you have lawyers that can rig up, if you have dirty lawyers on your team that can have these things rigged up, and you can send it to a judge who you have on your team, anything can get done. Now, here's the thing about Big, and people don't like to talk about it. When you think back to Mr. C, the one who bought Biggie to Puff, Mr. C, we see what happened with Mr. C's life, right? Okay. You saw what happened in Mr. C's life when he bought, what's up, ex-wife? When he bought Mr. C, Machine Gun Kelly, I believe so. You saw what happened to Mr. C. Mr. C is the one who bought Biggie to Puff. Mr. C is now known as the transgender lover. He got caught soliciting sex to transgenders. He got caught soliciting sex to transgenders, and now he's known as the transgender lover. Okay? So he bought Biggie to Puff. Right? When you look back at Biggie's, some of the words, some of his wordplay, and his videos, right? You look so good, I'll suck on your daddy's dick. We just thought that was just so fly, right? We thought that was so fly that he said, you look so good, I'll suck on your daddy's dick. We never really thought about it. Then you go into the video for Big Papa. And the main girl in the video, remember the girl? Who you attracting with those lines? What's your name? What's your sign? Soon as you buy that wine, I just creep up from behind. Remember the main girl? And ask you who the interests are, who you be with, things that make you smile. What number to dial? Hold on. You gonna be here for a while. I'm gonna call your crew. We gonna call your crew. You can rendezvous at the bar around 2. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Let me show you. Let me show you. Hold on. Hold on. So this right here, right? She's a transgender. She was getting ready to come out. She was getting ready to come out with a book, right? Okay. She was getting ready to come out with a book. You see what that says there? Rest in peace, Shamika. Rest in peace, Shamika. When she was getting ready to come out with a book, when she announced she was coming out with a book, yes, she was a transgender. If you remember, Biggie also had her in Warning. Who the hell is this? Paging me at 5:46 in the morning, crack of dawn, and now I'm yawning. Wipe the cold from my eye. See who was just paging me and why. It's my nigga Pop from the barbershop. Right? She was also in that video. Laying on the bed with Big. She was on the bed in Warning. She was also in another video, the Flavor in Your Ear remix. It's flotitious, boom, schemy, delicious. Give me goose, goose, love me good. Damn, from Hollis to Hollywood, but is he good? I guess like the jeans, flavor like praline, sick daddy, nah man. She turned up dead, Alicia. The book never came out. That's what happened to the book. And then also, she was in One More Chance. They had two transgenders in One More Chance. If you remember in One More Chance, the girl walked into the men's bathroom and was standing there and pulled that thing out. Maybe that was Big Papa. Remember, she went into the video. I guess it was One More Chance. Was it One More Chance when she went into the men's bathroom and it was standing there, Big Papa, right? Well, what did them have being trans have to do anything? That's something that can't get out. That's something that can't get out in hip hop. That's a cardinal sin. That's a dark secret, especially in the 90s. Yeah, Big Papa. I don't know if she's in any videos with Pop. But I would find it hard to. Now, what does all those videos have in common? Puffy had something to do with all of them. I don't know if she's in any videos with Pop. So all of those videos had something to do with Puff. Nope, I didn't get to B yet. So Puff has been heavy in the rituals for years. Years. Father MC don't like him. Mace got a problem with him. He holding on to Mace is publishing. Danity Kane, he destroyed them. He destroyed Day 26. Transformers, more than meets the eye. So Diddy's been pushing rituals ever since his days when he first took over and was throwing the party, and through that party it ended up killing Father MC's baby mother and those other people who ended up suing him later on in life when he sold more tickets than what he had, and he did it on purpose because he just wanted to get that paper. Him and Lauren London and Cassie used to be involved in threesomes. He got really close with Lauren London. Whenever Lauren London would break up with Nipsey or have a fight or argument with Nipsey, she'll go stay at Diddy's house. Diddy had a house in L.A. that he kept Cassie in. She would go stay with that house. That's how Diddy really got so close with Nipsey, through Lauren London. So speaking of Cassie and Lauren London, if we bring up Cassie and Lauren London, then we have to bring up Capricorn, aka on Twitter, Capadonna, BKA Capricorn Clark, former Bad Boy assistant. Well, here's the thing, Alicia. Whenever Lauren and Diddy happened before Nipsey. But here's the thing. Whenever Lauren and Nipsey went on their little break or had their falling out, and Lauren go back and go stay up with Diddy, call herself yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, whenever Lauren calls herself mourning or whatever you want to call it, venting to Diddy, she would always go stay at his house. But if something happened, she can always say, we want a break. We want a break. Cassie, Diddy would walk her around with a dog collar on her neck. And Lauren London would be over there, and it would be Diddy and Cassie and Lauren London. But Nipsey was cheating too. Nipsey was messing with Capricorn. Nipsey was messing with, allegedly, Karen Civil. He was allegedly messing with little KK or little Kiki, whatever that girl's name is, little CC, Cindy, what's her name, Sydney Christine, and he was also messing with his other baby mama. So Nipsey wasn't innocent either. But that's the thing that people that information never leaked. But if you're in that circle, Alicia, there's always going to be somebody that knows, and there's always going to be somebody that tells. Diddy, we're going to put it this way: Diddy and Jay go way back. We'll put it that way. Diddy and Jay go way back. Whenever something happened around Jay-Z that had something to do with drama or something like, Diddy was always involved. Always. That whole thing with Kathy White, if you don't know who Kathy White is, go Google her. That whole thing with Kathy White, the few pictures that leaked out, look and see who's in those pictures. Diddy. What's her name? Claudia Jordan. Diddy. I don't think that R. Kelly ever got to Beyonce, but it would not surprise me. You know why? Because Beyonce was in lust head over heels for R. Kelly. Beyonce wanted R. Kelly, and that is a fact. And that's why I believe that Rihanna, I don't know whether she called herself taunting B or making fun of B. Remember when Rihanna used to walking around, just popped up out of nowhere with the R. Kelly shirt on? Everybody's like, why would Rihanna wear an R. Kelly shirt? I think she was just taunting Beyonce. What's up, Ash? So everybody said, Rihanna know that R. Kelly is a pedophile. Why would she wear an R. Kelly shirt? Rihanna just popped up out of nowhere. Those two, people see them, grinning and smiling, and those two's hatred go way back. I know Jay-Z and R. Kelly was definitely sharing Jasmine Cashmere. And that's the one who Jay-Z kept, the porn star that retired on his dime. That's the one who retired on his dime. Jasmine Cashmere. And that was a thing that Solange ended up falling out with Rihanna, because once Rihanna pulled Solange's son up on that stage with her and Jay-Z, like they was a family, like that was him, and like her and Jay-Z was married, and Solange's son was their son. All Solange did was look at Beyonce like, do you see what's going on? Do you see what's going on here? Beyonce just sitting there like the robot that she is. They just are smiling, holding hands, walking up to the stage, holding hands with Solange's son, and Beyonce just sitting there. And she wasn't even sitting next to Beyonce. They never sit together. I mean, let this sink in for the people who say, no, they're cool. They're cool. You ever so for you people out there, and I don't know who was saying it, but for you people out there that say, no, they're cool, it never dawned on you why they never sit together, ever. Here is your husband's #1 artist, right? For a while, she was keeping the lights on in Rock Nation. When Rock Nation hit a wall and started sinking, no one ever sat and said, why don't Beyonce and Rihanna ever sit together? She sat next to Kim Kardashian. No one ever thought that? The ones that say they're cool. This is your husband's biggest artist. Your biggest artist. And every picture just is so forced and so disgenuine. Their competition, or Jay Chanel, how about this? When Beyonce was in her prime, Alicia Keys was also her competition. Am I not correct? Alicia Keys and Beyonce was the ones who everyone was comparing. They wasn't never really comparing Beyonce and Rihanna, because Rihanna was a pop star. Rihanna was a pop star from the jump. Right after the Pon de Replay flopped, they were comparing Alicia Keys and Beyonce. That was the competition. They worked out fine. She had no problem being friends with her. No, Beyonce was never a pop star. You go back and look at all her awards and see where most of her awards lie. That was the one thing that she was always jealous of Rihanna about. Rihanna is an international pop star. Beyonce, in her first 2 albums solo, all her awards are R&B awards. Destiny's Child was an R&B group. They had some songs that crossed over, but they were not a pop group. They were R&B group. Go look at her awards and see how many pop awards she has. So Capricorn Clark, Nas, Solange, Trina, Beyonce. Let's get into that. It went a little something like this. Capricorn Clark was an assistant to Dove Diddy. Now, from what they used to say in the circles, Capricorn was involved with Cassie and Diddy before Lauren London came abroad. So she was like, she got replaced by Lauren. Now, Lauren and Capricorn used to be so close, they called each other sisters. For a long time, the industry people believed that Lauren and Capricorn were actually biological sisters, just different fathers. So for a long time, before anybody really gathered of what Capricorn really was, everybody thought they were sisters. Capricorn was one of the people that Diddy used to have take care of Usher. So whenever Capricorn would be around, she's an assistant, and everybody knows that all the assistants, everyone that worked for Diddy, had to do some sort of sexual ritual with him. So he would let Capricorn take care of Usher. B wasn't giving up to everyone. Beyonce hasn't given it up to everyone, but she's giving it up to the people that Jay tell her to. So you have to remember something. They have their ritualistic sexual partners. When that takes place, they don't consider that cheating. In Hollywood, if you're going to have a ritualistic sexual partner, your partner does not consider that cheating. So when they allegedly wife swapped with Will and Jada, that's not considered cheating to them. In Hollywood, that is not considered cheating. All you have to do is go listen to the stories. If you don't believe me, go listen to the stories. What's up? Go listen to the stories. If you don't believe me, go listen to the stories from other people. When they wife swapped with Will and Jada, that wasn't cheating. When they when they couple swapped with, what's her name? The white chick that was such a good friend she had watching the kids. And who's the white chick that Beyonce used to have watching the kids? And her and Jay used to couple swap with Chris Martin and the one married Chris Martin. And then Beyonce is in an industry where, Gwyneth Paltrow, when they was couple swap. Why do you think Beyonce stays lubricated with liquor so much. She has no choice but to do it. I'm sure if she had her choice, she wouldn't do it. She has no choice but to do it. You're in. Once you're in, you're in. But you see, when they were swapping, it was fine. But then when that picture leaked out of Gwyneth and Jay-Z walking along the beach all hugged up, that's when Beyonce said, oh, no, 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 no. Once you're in, you're in. You're in a totally different game when you are playing for the GOAT. And I don't mean the greatest of all time. I know a lot of people don't like to hear it. I know a lot of people hate to hear it. And I can't see Beyonce. Did you see Beyonce on that stage at that Super Bowl? Shape shifting? Did that look like the Beyonce you know and love? Remember, Beyonce wasn't doing this. Sasha Fierce was. That's why she brought in Sasha Fierce. I think it's a perfect idea, Jay. Whenever these things happen, I'll just blame it on Sasha. Wasn't me. Wasn't me, Jay. That was Sasha. I'll find the picture. I'll find the picture. See, what happens is whenever these things happen, it's Solange, right? It's Solange that gets on Beyonce. Like, what are you doing? Look at Jay's face. Look at Jay's face. Hold on. Hold on, man. Look at Jay's face. Jay's like, yeah, baby. Hold on. Hold on. Did it stop? Hold on a minute. And every time something like this happens, it's always Solange like, what are you doing? Like, why do you allow him to embarrass you like that? I don't know how to make it large on the screen. Now, this picture's fine. This is him and her. But, okay, that one was cool. But this one right here, nah. Beyonce wasn't feeling that one. Let me show you the one. The other stuff was okay. This one, B said, nah. She said, nah. Solange was like, what's this all about? What is this all about? Right. He was holding them the same way. Solange said, you think it's cool to let your husband just grab another woman like that? It's always Solange. Yeah, they fell out. Beyonce ain't spoke to Gwyneth Paltrow since. You sure won't be watching my child because you broke the ritualistic code. That was before. That was the last time you seen them. That was the last time you seen them together. Because not long after that, when Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin split, not long after that, that was it. That was 2010? So this picture for the longest was not on the internet. It was on the internet at first. They removed it. Then once they got cool, it came back. Then once they got uncool, they had it stripped from the internet again. So people start trying to resurface the picture, I believe around 2017. Around 2017 is when they got uncool again. And you have not seen them since. And she used to watch Beyonce's kids. But you see, what happened is the whole ritualistic being of those four people. Remember, they moved right next door to them. Jay-Z and Beyonce moved right next door to Chris Martin and Gwyneth. And then as soon as they split, that was it. Now, back to Capricorn. Nas, Solange, Trina, Beyonce. Now, everybody knows that Beyonce was a Nas guy. Before she, married Jay-Z, Beyonce was a Nas guy. She liked Nas. The one who actually got her into Nas was her younger sister, Solange. Solange used to draw pictures of Nas and herself when she was young. When Solange was young, she used to draw pictures of her and Nas together. She said Nas was her boyfriend when she was 15, 16 years old. And she used to always say she wanted to be with Nas. So when Beyonce got a chance to be in the Ginuwine video with Nas, well, the Nas video that had Ginuwine in it, Solange's like, you gotta take me. You gotta take me. And she was like, you know that's my baby. So you gotta bring me like on the set. So now Solange was always like writing, sending Nas pictures. Cause Solange can draw, right? Solange is very talented. To me, she's more talented than Beyonce. She can draw, she can paint, she can DJ, she produces music. To me, she can choreograph. To me, she's more talented than Beyonce. She does more things. She can do more things. And Beyonce, of course, has a better voice and dances better, but Solange is no slouch either. So the time when Nas was talking about Shorty's breast smell or whatever, that was on the set of the Shorty. See, what's your price? Say to pack it up, you can hold my ice. Nas came back home and told Carmen that on that set, Beyonce was trying to get at him. And he was like, nah. Her breath wasn't smelling right. Nah, I was just there for work, baby. Because Carmen was questioning like, oh, so you gonna tell me you didn't try to get at Beyonce? Nah, come on, queen. Her breath wasn't smelling right anyway. So later on, once everybody started running with the narrative that Beyonce had bad breath, then Nas tried to clean it up when somebody asked him about it one time at a club or something like that, and he tried to clean it up. I never said that, Shorty may have just been on a bad day. We all have bad days. She probably ate something with some onions in it or something. We all do that. Remember that, Alicia? Yeah, I remember that. Remember Amber Rose came out and said that? And people think that Amber Rose is a dingbat. But Amber Rose knows things too. She's been around Kanye West. So who said it? Wait a minute. Scott Storch said she had bad breath. She probably got it exactly, Nicki. Kanye's juicy mouth. Pause. Kanye juicy mouth probably told her. Oh, Bow Wow said Beyonce breath be rocking too. What's her name called had said she had halitosis. Foxy Foxy said she had halitosis. She needed to get a shot in her tongue. Foxy said she needed to get a shot in her tongue. Halitosis having bitch. So listen, I never ever had an issue with it. Like, I did not smell Beyonce's breath at all. I did not smell. So I'm not gonna sit here and co-sign that. I ain't gonna sit here and co-sign that because listen, I didn't smell her breath. Maybe from all the alcohol. That's G. Yeah, G's been around more than me. I don't think G ever said her breath stink though. Lisa, stop it. But so the thing is, Solange got mad that Beyonce was trying to push up on Nas. She said, "You supposed to be linking me with Nas." And Solange was like, "I want to work with him, this, that, and the other." At the time, I believe she was under 18. I think Solange was still 16 then, or maybe 15. She said, "You supposed to be linking me with Nas." But Beyonce was saying, "Oh no, I just want to I'm just trying to get him for a feature and that and the other." Now, Ginuwine, he was there. He wanted Beyonce. Ginuwine wanted Beyonce. So Nas was like, "Yeah, man, I hear old boy, I hear that's his new thing." And Ginuwine hated Jay. Genuine's never liked Jay because of Aaliyah. Right? Genuine's never liked Jay because of Aaliyah. And Ginuwine believes in his heart that either Jay or Dame sacrificed Aaliyah. Because remember, Ginuwine was in love with Aaliyah, along with Timberland, along with Jay, along with Dame. All four of them. And Missy. Throw Missy in. And Mekhi Phifer. But when Aaliyah passed, she had about 6 people confessing their love for her. Missy, Timberland, Ginuwine, Dame, Jay, Mekhi Phifer. Well, her and R. Kelly wasn't speaking by then. By then, her and R. Kelly wasn't speaking because remember, R. Kelly went off. Aaliyah was still chasing R. Kelly. Even after the mother, I believe the mother blackmailed R. Kelly. That's how I believe she got that publishing. Because the mother allegedly told R. Kelly, "If you don't give me that publishing, you going to jail. If you don't give me that publishing and stay away from my daughter, you're going to jail for statutory rape." DMX had like a deep, deep love for Aaliyah, but he didn't like her like that. It was not a romantic thing. It was a close friend, I adore you type thing. Yeah, he got the mother because the mother forced him. The mother forced him. The mother wanted to sleep with R. Kelly. So she was doing all that talking about Aaliyah, but she was sleeping with R. Kelly, allegedly. So once she made R. Kelly stay away from Aaliyah, but she was smashing him on the low, Aaliyah was still chasing R. Kelly. You're talking years later. She didn't stop until she found out he was married. She didn't even know R. Kelly went off and married Andrea. Aaliyah was devastated when she found out R. Kelly was married. They did not have threesomes, no. Aaliyah would have never shared R. Kelly with her mother. That was a Tasha K exclusive lie. Because Tasha K is the one who said that. And that is a bold-faced lie. Aaliyah would have never shared R. Kelly or anyone with her mother. That's an exclusive Tasha K lie. And that's right. And not alleged lie. That's a Tasha K lie. And I'll tell her she lying. So Ginuwine wanted Beyonce. And now he also wanted to get at Beyonce because Jay, he believes Jay stole Aaliyah from him. Okay, he believed that he believed Jay stole Aaliyah from him. So he wanted to pay, Jay back. At this time, Jay and Beyonce was dating, but on the low because of Beyonce's legal age around 99 was supposed to be what, 17 or 18, whatever she's supposed to be in 99. So Solange allegedly, I'm just going to say allegedly just to play it safe, but I know this pretty much for a fact. When Solange split from her first husband, she finally knocked down Nas. She said, I don't care if it's no future, that's just something that I have to do. It was an opportunity, and Nas was going through his stuff, and I believe him and Khalees was separated at this point, and then she separated from her first husband because Solange got married early, separated from that first husband, and then her and Nas, she finally got a chance. She was of age, and she finally got a chance to knock down Nas. So Solange knocked Nas down, finally. And the whole thing with Trina, got to put her in the mix. Right after Nas probably had to feel like, dang, I cannot get away from this nigga Jay. Because Nas was knocking down, of course, Carmen. Carmen was Nas' baby mother. Jay started messing with Carmen. Right? Jay started messing with Carmen. Carmen even wanted Jay to get her pregnant. After Jay dissed Carmen, she goes back to Nas. Hey, she might. So Jay was knocking Carmen down. Carmen wanted Jay to, she wanted to be with Jay. When Jay got hotter than Nas, she was gonna leave Nas. She wanted to have a baby with Jay. And then Jay was like, nah, you can have her back. I don't want that. So when Nas finally dissed Carmen and Jay was talking to Beyonce, at that time, the baddest female rapper in the game that nobody knew about was the baddest chick in Miami was Trina. So like at this time, dudes in New York, they were just like, all right. They didn't really know about Trina like that. But Nas was like, damn, shorty, fly. So one time Nas was doing a show in Miami, and that's when he met Trina. And Nas and Trina hooked up one night in Miami. Right? Nas and Trina hooked up one night in Miami. And Trina was like, yeah, that's gonna be my boo. That's my new boo. Nas, that's my new boo. I like them New York niggas. So Trina had moved up to New York for a while. And she was chilling with Nas. She was living, when Nas had moved to Jersey, had an apartment out there, a condo out there, a nice condo out there, and Trina had moved in. And so Nas was dating Trina. Now, this is supposed to be, yeah, you know what? You can have Carmen. Look what I did. Yeah, that's my upgrade. Look at my upgrade. Ha. Yeah, ha. What are you going to say about this? So, Nas was going around. He was a New York dude, and he had Trina. Like no New York dudes even thought like, you know what? That's like the Southern Lil' Kim. That was the thing. He was like, that's the Southern Lil' Kim. That's what everybody used to talk about in New York. Like Trina, that's the Southern Lil' Kim. And Nas got her. But what Trina didn't tell Nas is that Trina had already fucked Jay. Nas could not get away from Jay's dick. Pause. No homo. Nas couldn't get away from Jay's dick. Because Trina had already fucked Jay. So Nas is flaunting Trina around. Right? Nas is flaunting Trina around. And he thinking he beat everybody to the punch. He got the Southern Lil' Kim. I might not can get Kim. That was Big's girl. I ain't on it like that. That nigga Jay, he grimy. Jay, he going after everything Big left. Big sloppy seconds. This nigga grimy. He go after everybody's sloppy seconds. I don't know if that nigga ever have a girl on his own. Can y'all tell me that? Ha! Can y'all tell me that? Can this nigga get a girl on his own? Damn. All he do is go after sloppy seconds. Soon as Big die, Big ain't even in the ground yet. He up on Charlie. Then he go to Kim. Everything Big left over. He come behind him. He a scavenger. So Nas said, you can have her. And then remember, if y'all remember, Jay said, and Super Ugly, after he said, me and girl, me and boy A, I got more in common than just boil and rhyme and get it, more in common. I skeeted in your Jeep. Left condoms in your baby seat. Where does the lies end? Where does the truth begin? It's gotta kill you. I'm your baby mama's favorite rapper. And then maybe he said, by then he was with Trina. And then what did Jay say? As for your new girl, ask your new girl. She know what's up. Holla at a real nigga. Jigga, what the fuck? He already had her. Nobody knew what that line meant. Nobody knew what that line meant. As for your new girl, she know what's up. Holla at a real nigga. Jigga, what the fool? So Nas was like, damn, you too? I don't know what y'all see in this camel nigga. Ha! I don't know what y'all see in a fly nigga like me. I'm a fly Queens nigga from Queensbridge. Look at me. And y'all want this camel ass looking nigga. Ha ha. Okay. So that nigga got with Khalees. He said, wait a minute. First question. Have you ever slept with Jay-Z? Nas started messing with Khalees. Nas started messing with Khalees. Oh, because baby. Because, baby. Oh, yeah, you can definitely do that, baby. And here's my number, baby. Now call me around 8, baby. Oh, we can definitely go on a date, baby. So, I've been checking you out for a while, baby. So, Nas was like, yeah. Okay, shorty, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. I'ma definitely give you a call. Oh, you've been checking me out, huh? Okay. Ha. Okay. He said, wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. You ain't never been with Jay-Z, have you? So, because I'm telling you right now, if you've been with Jay, it's a wrap. It's like Jay-Z. No, baby. So, well, Blue Contrail was before. She was one of them girls that Nas was messing around with Aaliyah with. You know what I mean? Because she was early before Aaliyah, because Blue Control came out right, you know, before Aaliyah perished. You know what I mean? So, but Blue Control was even she was before Beyonce, like before he went public with Beyonce. Yeah, Nas had to ask. Nas said, "You wasn't with Jay, were you?" She's like, "Jay who?" Yeah, Nas and he didn't know, Jay who? You know what I'm talking about. Come on now, yo. Stop acting like you don't know what Jay I'm talking about. I know a lot of J's, baby. Khalid's playing dumb. So that was the whole thing with them. Ginuwine tried to get Beyonce, did not work out for him. He tried to pull a move on Jay. Like it seems like nobody can ever upend Jay. Jay's always one step in front of somebody. Yes, he definitely wears a drag wig. What's next? Then we go to this mess. Now, I'm sure everybody remembers. Okay. I am sure everybody remembers this mess. If you don't, hold on. For the people who don't remember, so hold on. We got these two. Let me get the picture. This boy didn't know what to do. Had this dude sick. All right. Where's he at? Sure, y'all remember. Who's next? Boy, oh boy. This turned out to be a mess. What started out as a joke turned into a big mess. Look at the one she's laying on. Terrence Howard. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get the picture. So, here you go. Mhm. Here it is right here. So, I got to get the picture I need. So this is the if everyone don't remember, this is the Cater for You performance. Magic Johnson was up there with Magic was up there with Kelly. I mean, the Magic was up there with Michelle Williams. Nelly was supposed to be with Beyonce. Originally, Nelly was supposed to be with Beyonce. Right? But there was already some attraction with Beyonce and Nelly. So, and on top of that, Kelly wanted Terrence Howard. She didn't want to do Nelly because she had already did the record with Nelly. So she was like, I don't want to, do Nelly again. So Beyonce was like, I don't know if I want to do Nelly. Because Nelly at that time was on fire, and I don't know if at that time Jay was gonna he wouldn't have been down for Nelly. So she said, we gotta switch. We gotta switch. We gotta switch, Kelly. Listen, Jay ain't gonna go for Nelly. Cause he already know how I feel about some Nelly. Nelly swiping credit cards in that girl's butt crack. Jay ain't gonna allow that. So Jay was like, nah. You get Terrence Howard. He's married man. He's a married man. He'll understand. Let's be clear. No Nelly. I want to make myself very, very clear. So come on, Kelly. Switch with me. So Kelly was like, I just doing video all up with Nelly. Like, I ain't really trying to be with Nelly. And then on top of that, Kelly was trying to dismiss the rumors about her being with Nelly. She was like, me and Nelly are not together. Like, and people are, starting to get that idea that me and Nelly are together. So she was trying to kill the rumors. So she didn't really want to undo Nelly. And then Michelle wasn't going to give up Magic because Michelle knew that Magic was the safe bet. And you know what? Corny Michelle don't want to make sure nobody's dick going to get hard or nothing like that. So Michelle don't want nobody getting no hard on. So she figured Magic was the safe bet. Magic's married to Cookie. Magic's much older. You know what I mean? So Michelle wasn't doing no bumping, no grinding, no nothing with her corny self. My dick would have went limp if Michelle was giving me a lap dance. My dick would have definitely went limp. So She ends up with Terrence Howard. And she ends up with a worse pick. Falling down, or falling over her own feet. So she is so corny. Like, she's one of the most corniest women. Like, you cannot be in an R&B group and be trying to be, like a goody two shoes. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. But she get to doing this performance with Terrence Howard, and Terrence shit is, at the moment Beyonce comes behind him and starts rubbing his neck, Terrence shit start getting hard. By the time Beyonce's on, now look at her hands. She got her other hand on his lap, very close to his Johnson. She's laying across his dick. And then she got her left hand gripped on the inside of his thigh, because she's trying to hold herself up. Terrence Howard shit got hard enough to cut diamonds. So Beyonce's laying on a hard ass dick. Now, the rumor is that Terrence Howard fell back on was, in this picture, this is what he told the people around the circle. Beyonce squeezed his shit. This is what Terrence Howard said. She squeezed. Listen, man, this Beyonce, man. She squeezed my dick, man. I don't know what you expect me to do, man. We out here. She gave me a lap dance, man. She reached back. Man, she squeezed my dick, man. So she knew what she was doing. My shit got hard, man. This picture right here. Yes, this is the picture. Now, of course, Kelly comes to Beyonce's defense. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. Terrence Howard said in this picture right here, she grabbed his dick right here in this very picture, in this very motion. And then Kelly, no, she didn't. Beyonce was like, I was dancing and I was giving a performance, but I did not grab that man. Once she did this, I don't know what y'all want from me, man. That woman grabbed my dick, man. So Kelly would know, because she believed everything Beyonce tell her. If Beyonce said it, it has to be true. She said she didn't grab you down there, Terrence. So if she says it, then it has to be true. Fuck you, man. So Terrence said, listen, I know how to follow intuition. She felt it get hard within the first minute of the song, man. And she kept going. So I know what that tell me, man. So Terrence gonna show up. I'm gonna say alleged. I'm gonna say alleged, but this is the story that I got, and this is the story that Hollywood has. I'm telling y'all the story how Hollywood got it. Terrence shows up at Beyonce's house the following week. Jay's on tour. We gotta finish what we started, man. So Terrence gonna pop up at the crib. You know, he trying to get in to see Beyonce, talk to Beyonce. So they gonna start what they gotta start what they finished. So Terrence, Beyonce's like, what? She's so damn probably MK Ultra'd out. This is a week, and I'm capping, and not a week, but I'm gonna say 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm talking about, man. Don't have me over here looking crazy. That's what he said. At least allegedly, this is what he said. Allegedly, it's funny that you said that. I think I mentioned this in my live. I'm on the fight for that pussy, man. Beyonce said, huh? Ready to fight what? That nigga Terrence Howard was not playing. He was not playing. She said, huh? Fight what? So Beyonce was like, I know she always like she don't know nothing. Look, I'm getting everybody coming at me, attacking me. You knew what took place on they wasn't sitting there. You know what took place on that stage. And Beyonce said, we sitting there and we did the rendition, you know, the rehearsal. But the rehearsal, it wasn't Beyonce. The rehearsals, it was dancers. See, it's a big difference if it's the dancers and it's Beyonce. So when they bought the dudes to do the rehearsal, they just said, you know, she's going to come here, and then, you know, the singer's going to come here, and then blah, blah, blah. They hadn't even told them whether it's going to be Kelly, whether it's going to, they just said, okay, the dancer's going to do this, and then the singer's going to do this move, and then she's going to do that move. So the three guys was like, okay, you know, yeah, okay, we know we know what to do. But it wasn't Beyonce at the rehearsal. It was a dancer. Yeah, Ghost was trying to kiss her in the mouth, but that was Jay. That was Jay. I know you ain't gonna leave here without saying nothing to B. That was Jay. He pimps Beyonce. He uses Beyonce to seal deals. He did the same thing with Prince. Yeah, wear that purple dress. I heard he likes purple. He's got a song called Purple Rain. Yeah, no kidding, Jay. He's got a purple limo. I saw it outside myself. Jay, I don't know, Jay. My purple dress, I ain't ready. Hey, Let me make myself very clear. Show up tonight with a purple dress on. He likes purple. You right, Jay. You right. You right, Jay. He do like purple. I give you that. He is Jay-Z. Jay-Z is getting into, that's why he's got a deal with Michael B. Jordan. That's how the whole Michael B. Jordan and Meg Thee Stallion hookup was coming. He's got a deal with Michael B. Jordan. He's bringing in. Remember, Jay got into the sports agency. He's trying to get into being an agent in the movies. He's trying to get in. That's why he used to hang around Harvey Weinstein and these dudes, because Jay's trying to learn how to. He wants to become an agent, an agency. He wants Roc Nation to become an agency for actors as well, and he's trying to get Michael B. Jordan, who he's doing something with, and Amari Hartwick, because they're like the same dude. You know what I mean? Like Jay's looking for a certain look to manage, so that's why he wanted to manage Michael B. Jordan. He wants Roc Nation to manage Michael B. Jordan. He wants Roc Nation to manage Amari Hartwick. He was interested in Chadwick Boseman. Like, he's going to be introducing in those. He was interested in the dude, that Parker dude, until all the things with the rape popped up. So he was going to sign that guy, whatever, Parker, Jack Parker, whatever the dude's name is, that got involved with the rape case. So Beyonce had Julius come remove Terrance. Like, listen, I don't know what you thought it was. I'm sorry, Terrance. I did not do that. If I did that, it definitely was not on purpose. Sasha did it anyway. You cannot blame me for anything Sasha Fierce does. Can't blame me, Terrance. Wasn't me. That was Sasha. And Sasha Fierce is not to take. Beyonce takes no blame for anything that Sasha does. So Terrance, this is some bullshit, man. So that's what we doing. You gonna send this nigga to the door and tell me, can I come back another time? You gonna tell me our conversation's over? Our conversation ain't start. I'm the one that got to go back home. My wife was going crazy, man. Oh man, Terrance is a funny dude, man. So they didn't talk for a long time. And Beyonce, I'm sure Jay knows now, but Beyonce, Michael's directing Creed 3. That's what's up. Beyonce tried to hide that from Jay for a long time. Now, I'm sure years later now, Jay knows. Yes, of course. Taraji and Terrence got together. That's another story. That's a whole drama with old crying ass Tyrese, and Terrence Howell about to beat the brakes off of Tyrese. And he remember when he threw his tongue down Taraji's throat during that award show. Taraji said she didn't know he was gonna do it. Taraji, please, you knew he was gonna do it, because you sort of was kissing nigga right back. Terrence was going to beat the brakes off of of Tyrese, oh crying self. And because of all their drama, Terrence stopped Tyrese from coming on Empire. Remember, Tyrese was talking about something. I'm coming on Empire to get my girl back. Yeah. It's your boy Ty. Let me tell y'all something, man. You know that show Empire? Yeah, I know you know it. My girl Taraji on there. Cookie. Them my cookies. I'm coming back to claim what's mine. Your boy Ty on Empire. Link in the bio. Link in the bio. So, we see all these corny dudes up here. He was talking about Terrence Howard. You see all these corny dudes up here trying to take what's mine. Nah, Black Ty ain't having that. Link in the bio. Terrence Howard said, man, you hear this dude, man? See, this is the difference between me and you, man. I'm an actor. You just acting. That's the difference. So, he said, Terrence, this dude can't act, man. You the worst actor on that whole franchise, man. So they start getting into it about acting. And remember, they was in a movie together. I believe they were in Iron Man. I believe Tyrese was in Iron Man. And Terrence is like, you think you doing something, man, with that franchise go on with or without you, man. That's the difference between me and you, man. I'm an actor. You just acting. Somebody's asking for my social media. Just give it to them. Thank y'all. So, Tyrese, as soon as I come, you ain't got to worry about nothing, Cookie. I'm coming for my cookies. Shoot. These old cornball ass niggas, man. Wait till Ty get to Empire. Coming for what's mine. Cookie, nobody have to remember. Everybody know Cookie because of me. I put Cookie on. 4 brothers, thank you. I put Cookie on. Only reason people even know Cookie is because of Jody. So watch when I come to Empire, get ready to turn up on that show. That's about to be my show. Don't forget to tune in. Black Tie. Link in the bio. So Terrence said, you know what, man? Fuck it. So once they got into it, that's why they end up getting into it with Empire, because Tyrese brought up the whole Beyonce thing. Oh, let me have to call Jay. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I called Sean Carter over here. It's gonna be a problem. You're gonna have a whole different set of problems on your hand. You know I got his number on speed dial. So Tyrese started mentioning the whole Beyonce thing and laughing at Terrence out. You see, you know what happened with your boy. So now Tyrese is out here trying to spill inner circle stuff, trying to be messy. So then Terrence was like, you know what, man, let me handle this nigga before I kill this nigga, man. He out here. So now you out here, trying to be messy now. You out here like a queen now. You know what? And then Terrence Howard told him he don't want Tyrese on that show. You bring that nigga on this show, man, that's it. That's my last show, man. It's my last show. Just use Heaven Hollywood for the Cash App, Reese, because I don't know if the IE Network one is correct. I think we had to change it. So it's just the Heaven Hollywood. So yeah, so that had kind of died out, and Beyonce is it kind of died out. But Tyrese, because now what's her name is like, listen, Terrence is, he, as far as, people noticing me for Oscars or whatever, she said, yeah, they know my face because of you. But honey, they know I can act because of Terrence. She said, I'll give you that. They know me because of Jody. They know my face because of Jody. They know my face because of Jody. That is a fact. But honey, they know I can act because of Terrence. So and then when she talk about the kissing or whatever, she always talk about Terrence Howard. She always talk about Terrence Howard. And she be trying to play like Tyrese was a little scared. He was nervous. You talking about something nervous. Girl, please. Talking about something nervous. That must be him in your ear. I know you ain't talking to me like that. Who was nervous? Who you was nervous? Ty wasn't nervous. Ty, me. Picture that. You made me nervous. Nah, you was nervous. And she's like, oh boy, please. Her palms were sweaty. When it was time to do the love scene, you gonna tell me your palms wasn't sweaty? You was nervous. Yeah, that's it. So when was it hold on a minute. When them two, what's her name? Taraji, right? He's talking about that's my girl. And that's my girl. Everybody know that's my girl. Hold on. Always talking about when I come on the scene, everything shut down. because I made Cookie. I made Cookie. When I come on the scene, I'm about to shut all that down. Y'all remember that? Look. Look at that. Look at their faces. Wait a minute. Boy, Tyrese was tight. Tyrese was tight. Look at their faces. So she always said Terrence, like when they try to put on a spot, like, who's a better kisser, Tyrese or Terrence? She like, well, she never want to oust Tyrese because she always think of Tyrese like she think of Tyrese like her little brother. So that's what happened with them too. All right, get off my damn screen now. Who's up next? So this is a story that I had seen, and I didn't even know what was going on, but I could have told you that it was going to turn out to be a lie. So here's what's going on with this situation. All right. This is what Cardi B is saying is going on. Okay, so if you remember, in the midst when these two, and I'm like I said, this is going to be my last post on these two because I am so tired of talking about these two. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm tired of talking about these two. Here's the situation. If y'all remember, right around the time when Kenneth Petty got when he had to register, right? And Nicki had just moved into this new crib. She moved out of the house that her and Meek was living in Santa Barbara or wherever it was. She moved out of that house. She moved into another spot. She leased this other mansion or whatever in LA for Kenneth to move in. If you remember, right around that time, Kenneth got arrested for not registering, and his address got leaked to the public because that's what happens if you don't register. Your address gets leaked to the public, and unfortunately, he's living with Nicki Minaj, so Nicki's address became public. Nobody's fault. It was Kenneth's fault. Okay? It was Kenneth's fault. Now, not Nicki's fault. Nicki didn't ask for that. But unfortunately, her address got leaked. So people were mad that Nicki's address got leaked. So then they started leaking Cardi B's address in Atlanta. If Nicki's address is going to be leaked, we going to leak her address. So next thing you know, Cardi's address is leaked in Atlanta. So that was during the time when they were like, yeah, we're going to break in and make sure you get the daughter first. And the edited picture with, the infamous edited picture with Culture neck around a noose and all this other stuff. All this crazy, unnecessary stuff that comes with when you're fans of one of these two rappers. So when Cardi B leaked that, or when she was talking to whatever rap blog that was last week, or God only knows when it was, one of them weeks that she was in an argument with another blog, Hip Hop Heaven, whatever the hell, she brought up that incident. Yeah, well, at least you don't see us or my fans making no edited pictures around a baby's neck, putting a noose around a baby's neck. They put a edited picture with a noose around Culture's neck. What type of S is that? Ironically, less than a week after she made that comment, where she said, I've never seen my fans do that. Now all of a sudden, this is a alleged Cardi B fan, and now she's talking about Nicki Minaj's child. How Nicki said she was gonna throw the baby off the roof or some dumb crap. And so-called saying this to Cardi B's aunt, alleged aunt, which I knew Cardi was going to say, that is not my aunt. That is not anyone related to me. I don't even know that person like that. That person is a fan that I met one time. That is not my aunt, and she's not related to me. So I guess this is a Cardi B stan, Cardi B fan, or what have you. Now, she said, it's ridiculous because kids are off limits. Now, that is contradictory to what Cardi has said in the past. However, when you start talking about killing people's children because your fave and her have a rivalry, I mean, whoever thinks like that really need to go get their self-examined. I will suggest a good head doctor, because under no circumstance should it ever come to that, especially about two people who wouldn't piss on none of us if we was on fire. None of us. None of us. Neither one of them would piss on none of us if we was on fire. So You liking a rapper. And even if she does follow Nicki hate pages and if she does follow Nicki topic pages, I don't care what she does. I don't care if Nicki followed Cardi hate pages. It should never come to you saying any fan saying anything about any one of those women's children or family. They're not even saying that. They're not even saying that. And this goes back to what I said before. It's ridiculous. I'm only addressing this because somebody wanted me to address it. And this is the last time I'm addressing these two as far as beef. I'm not talking about them beefing anymore until they do a record together. Then we can argue over whose verse was hotter, which will probably be Nicki's. So that argument will be very short. I'm not having no more arguments. Settle it on the playing field or what have you. Settle it on the radio, settle it in the clubs, settle it on the billboard, settle it whatever, on YouTube. Y'all both put out a video and see who streamed more. Both put out a record at the same time. Why don't y'all do that? Why don't y'all do that? Both put out a record the same day and see what's up. Why don't y'all do that? See whose fans come up big at that moment. So Cardi B says the Instagram has been, what's the word? Alerted or what have you. Instagram has been alerted about this person talking about her child and throwing my name into and my aunt's name into it when she knows she's not my aunt or any relative of mine. So she said the Instagram police or whatever has been alerted. So we're going to see if the Instagram police has been alerted. Oh, my God. These fans really need to get a grip. I'm sorry. Listen, there is no bigger fan of an artist than I was of Prince and I am of Toni Braxton, right? There is not one fan out there who have spent more money on a fave than I've spent on Prince or Toni Braxton. And I will challenge anybody. And that is a stone cold fact. I paid to see Prince 21 times in concert. Paid every single time. I bought every single album and B-side he ever put out. I got every single album Toni Braxton ever put out. I bought her first album 3 times. I got 2 copies that have never been opened, and I got the one that I play. I'm a fan. I would never sit on social media. At any time had I ever thought about getting on social media. The time when Toni Braxton had issues with Beyonce, Dionne Warwick just dissed Toni the other night. You think I'm gonna get on social media and say, "Oh, F Dionne Warwick, when you gonna die anyway?" I'm coming to your house, Dionne. What's your address? Make sure we take care of your granddaughter while we there first. No, Beyonce had issues with her. Sincerely, what up? You think I would do that? When Prince and Michael Jackson had issues, when people would say stuff about Prince on social media, me more than anybody have the right to defend Prince. Like I've spent thousands of dollars. I've put thousands of dollars in this man's pocket. Thousands. Back in the day when we used to go to concerts, them tickets was $30 a pop. And I always sat down low. So I was paying 35, 40 all 21 times. Went to visit Paisley Park. Never, I don't even fly. I hate to fly. The difference between my fandom and the fandom that's going on around here is most of the people that call themselves fans by spending all their time on social media fighting in the name of this person. That don't mean nothing. Remember Chris Brown? You remember Chris told him? I don't care nothing about your followers. Buy my shit. You a fan? What I care about you coming on social media defending me? Buy my shit. Chris funny, man. If you ain't gonna buy my shit, I don't need you. Coming on social, I don't need nobody to defend me. I defend myself. Coming on social media, fighting in the name of me. Michael and Prince had a beef that started just from being competitive, right? And it really started because, first of all, Prince, like everybody back in those days, like LaToya, right? Everybody wanted LaToya. Like when they were younger, Janet Jackson was Penny, so nobody was really liking Janet. Favorite Prince song or Tony Braxton song? My favorite Prince song ever is probably Adore, and my favorite Tony song is definitely Love Should Have Brought You Home Last Night. Now, I'd like that and Yesterday and Unbreak My Heart and 7 Whole Days and like this. I can go on forever because the bitch got hits that just don't stop. Who the fuck want it? With Tony Braxton's first 2 albums, you can pick any first 2 albums you want. And I'm bringing Tony Michelle Braxton. First 2 albums, and you will lose. Guarantee. Guarantee. So, So Prince and Michael started out, again, it was really just a friendly rivalry. And the first time Michael saw Prince, he was at his house. He's trying to get at LaToya. So LaToya is all, she's not completely tall, but LaToya is kind of tall. So LaToya looking at Prince like, wait a minute, this little short guy. So Prince goes roller skating. He takes LaToya on a date. Yeah, I would like to take you roller skating if you're not busy on Saturday. I don't know, we'll probably be going around 6 o'clock or so. So if you're not busy, I'll meet you at the roller rink. Shirts versus blouses. So LaToya was like, right? Okay, that's fine. I'll meet you there. So LaToya Jackson, like when she was younger, everybody wanted LaToya Jackson. Like, damn Janet. Janet wasn't old enough. That's the first thing. And Reby looked just like Catherine. They were like, nah, we don't want Reby. Shoot, we want Reby. We might as well fuck Catherine. Because Reby looked just like her mama. So Prince goes out with LaToya. Right? So now Michael's like, wait a minute. Who are you going out with? Oh, yes, most definitely. Diana pretty much raped Michael, but that's a story for another. She R'd Michael, but that's pretty much another story for another day. Wait a minute, Toya, who are you going out with? I'm going out with Prince. Oh, no, I'm coming. Right? So she's like, why do you need to come? I'm going to come. Because I'm telling you, I hear about that guy. Right? So I want to see what he's all about. So Prince, thinking that, LaToya and him are going to be alone. So LaToya ends up bringing Janet. I'll get to it, Richard. LaToya ends up bringing Janet, Michael. So Prince is like, oh, okay. I didn't understand it. I didn't know this was a family affair. So Prince is roller skating. He roller skates very well. And LaToya was also a good roller skater. So Prince and LaToya knew how to roller skate very good. Right? So she was like, Right. And the funny thing is she ended up getting a song from Prince later. That's another story. But as they were going on and as they were growing up and as things started happening, so Michael takes off. Boom. Michael drops off the wall. He drops Thriller. He's out of here. Now, Prince, around that time, he dropped Controversy. He dropped 1999. So he has his own following. Prince has his own following. But Michael was always more competitive than Prince was with him. Prince was always more of a practical joker with Michael because he knew it got under Michael's skin. But Michael would be saying, look, Quincy, take a look at this. Grammys, Michael Jackson, 9. This guy, 2. Right? So He calling up Quincy, gloating, right, about his Grammys. I tell you, this is what I'm talking about. Why do they compare me to this guy? We're not in the same league. This guy's nowhere near me. I get tired of that. Right? So, Mike, whenever they would compare Prince and Michael didn't like being compared to Prince. Right? Michael didn't like being compared to Prince. He thought he was so above Prince. Right? So, no, I think Reeby's pretty, but I'm just saying what they were saying. Right? So, right, Prince didn't care about what, like, Prince was never, but Michael loved like the awards, and he felt as though that was look at me, I'm bigger, I'm badder, I'm literally bigger, I'm taller. Was he like 4'11"? I'm literally bigger, I'm taller, I'm badder. They have the nerve to compare me to this guy. I hate that. And on top of that, this guy's a meanie. I hate when people compare me and him. He's a meanie. So, you know, Prince was always talking about he you know, there was always stories about Prince don't want to sign autographs and stuff like that. So Prince and Michael along the way, Michael thought that, you know, I'm better than this guy, and I'll prove it. So Michael was like, I have there's a concert coming up with James Brown, my idol. And James Brown is supposed to be his idol. I don't understand how, because he doesn't dance like James. He doesn't sound like James. James doesn't even like him like that. James Brown is like my idol. So I'm going to this concert. So James Brown brings Michael on stage. This is when Michael's on fire. James Brown brings Michael on stage. So then Michael decides that he wants to play a prank, right? And he says, Prince is out there. Prince is in the audience. Yeah, Jimmy is Prince's idol, but Prince has said James Brown was one of his idols, but Hendrix, he loved Hendrix, but he has always said James Brown because of the way James Brown commanded the band, and Prince would do that in concert. You know, Prince would go down stage and be like, on the one, yeah, and on the two, yeah, and good God. And then he would stop. Everybody stop on the one. Give it two, yeah. Give it three, yeah. Give it four, mama. Good God. So Prince would show off. Like he got that from James. Right? He got that from James. So that's how he would be in concert, and then Prince would go, like even the band members got mad because Prince would be in the middle of a 2-hour concert, and so he want to show off to the crowd, right? So the band is already tired, and they'll be in the middle of a song, and then Prince will just stop. 25, yeah. And they better give him 25. Dun, 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 dun. So anyway, Michael is on the stage, and if you have seen this video has pops in and out of YouTube. It's very rare to get the whole video. But Michael goes over and whispers to James Brown. So here goes James Brown. Somebody told me prison. Hold on. Somebody told me prison yours, huh? Is prison the audience? Somebody told me. See you. Somebody told me prison audience. I said Prince. I said Prince. I said Prince. Now. I said Prince. Somebody do. Hey, you do that. Prince. So Prince is out there drunk. He's out there enjoying the concert, but he's a little drunk. He's had a couple of drinks, right? Now, this is before Prince totally started drinking. Yes, this is the video. So Prince comes up. Somebody told me Prince is on the stage. Somebody told me Prince in the audience. So Michael said, call him up here. Now, Michael want to get him on the stage and have a dance off, right? Call him up here. Call him up here. Right? So Prince come up on the stage on his bodyguard's shoulders, right? Prince wasn't expected to like come on stage. So Prince comes up there on his bodyguard's shoulders and he get on up on the stage and everything. So he got that boink, boink. Like now, mind you, Michael was already singing with James Brown. Please, 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 please. You know, Michael's up there showing off the vocals. I don't know. I gotta find it. It's the only time Prince and Michael Jackson ever been on stage together. But Michael was trying to do it. Michael was trying to do it to embarrass Prince. Prince was like, you know what? Okay, fine, I'll go. Prince didn't want to go on stage, but James Brown now, Michael is sitting there trying to be messy. I'm gonna call him out. And I know he's not gonna be expecting it. So he's gonna come on stage and he's not gonna be ready. I'm telling you. He's not gonna be ready. But I'm ready in front of everybody. So Michael wanted to call Prince on stage and have a dance off. So Prince get up there, and then so all Prince does is just pick the guitar a couple of times and then just go, yeah, right? So Prince just goes, yeah, right? He didn't give him nothing. Like he wasn't going to dance. He wasn't going to try to dance with Michael. He wasn't going to sing because he wasn't expecting to come up on that stage. So then Prince leans on the pole. There's like this pole. There's a pole on the stage, but it's fake. It looked like a lamp pole. So Prince, not really thinking, grabs onto it like he's want to lean on it. And then the pole, he pulls the pole into the audience, right? Because it's fake. So Prince falls all in the crowd. Michael, right? Oh my God, look at him. Look at him. He made a damn fool of himself. I told you. He made a damn fool. Did you see this? Quincy. It's over. The next day he's calling him. Quincy, did you see him? He made a damn fool of himself. Right? I told you. Don't ever compare me to that guy. Right? So I don't know whether the video is still out there, but it might be. They take it off sometimes, but now since they're both gone, you can probably find it. But Michael talked about this for years after, and it wasn't until he dropped Purple Rain. It wasn't until Prince dropped Purple Rain is when Michael finally said, you know what? I never thought this guy was my competition. He said, I never thought this guy was my competition. But that movie he put out was brilliant. This movie's brilliant. Right? So when he put out Purple Rain, there's actually a picture, right? So when Prince dropped Purple Rain, Michael had already had Thriller. So Thriller had already pretty much ran its course, but Thriller was still Thriller. And even though Purple Rain didn't do what Thriller did, I believe that album stayed number one like 24 weeks in a row. And he said, man, this is brilliant. And there's actually a picture out there. There's actually a picture out there. And what happened? There's a picture out there of Michael pulling a Cardi B. There's a picture of Michael looking in the paper and he's reading about Prince. And I don't think he knew that picture existed. He was pulling a Cardi. Remember how Cardi got caught looking at Nicki's picture? Well, Michael got caught on a Cardi B moment. He got caught. There's a picture of him reading the newspaper about Prince. And I don't think Michael knew that picture existed. And he's reading about how Prince is getting all these accolades now about Purple Rain. And you can see Michael's face. He is tight. He's sitting there reading like, damn it. So he went and because Michael with the movies, he always wanted to do like the movie, but Michael's movies, never really panned out. He did the Moonwalker, like he put his little things out or whatever, right? So he went, and then as the years were going on, then Prince started doing the other movies. He did the Under the Cherry Moon, and while he was doing Under the Cherry Moon, he always wanted to do he always remembered that moment, like, Michael kind of played me, there. So he knew Michael wasn't very good at, like, when it comes to sports, and Michael wasn't a sports guy. Michael didn't even really watch sports. Like, Prince would try to embarrass him, have conversations. So how about them Nets? Conversation. Hey, did you happen to see the Timberwolves game? And Michael would be like, no, I don't have time to watch sports. I don't have time to do any of that. I'm working on this tour, and I'm in the studio 7 days a week. I don't have time to watch sports. So Prince was trying to start conversations about stuff he knew Michael knew nothing about. So you didn't see the Timberwolves? That Kevin Garnett, some ball player. Who? So after a while, they kind of stayed out of each other's way. They did like their little respect thing. They respected each other a lot. And no, Prince was not gay. Prince was nowhere near gay. And so it all came back to a halt with the We Are the World, right? So Michael intentionally said, we're going to do We Are the World. And Quincy said, listen, Prince is one of the biggest artists in the world. He has to be on it. And here go Michael. I don't know. So Quincy said, what do you mean you don't know? I don't know, because I don't think he'll do it. That guy's not going to do it. Right? So Michael's talking to Quincy Jones. What do you mean that he's nominated? Now you gotta remember, this was the year he was nominated for 9 American Music Awards. Right? This was the year that he could have beat Michael Jackson. Michael had won 8, I think 2 years prior. I think 84, Michael won 8, and I think this was 86. So it was either 86 or 85, one of them. I think it was 85. Prince was now nominated for 9 American Music Awards. Same weekend they're doing We Are the World. I can remember this like it's yesterday. I'm amped up, right? I was amped up, right? I said, yes, Prince gonna get him. Prince gonna get him, right? I said, he finally gonna get this nigga. He's up for 9 awards. He's up for 9 American Music Awards for Purple Rain, and Michael Jackson, Thriller was fading. Thriller was only up for 2 awards, right? Nice. I'm definitely getting Welcome to America. So I said, because Thriller was no longer the thing. It was Lionel Richie's album, Can't Slow Down. So I'm like, oh, I know. I ain't worried about a horse face Lionel Richie, right? That's what me and my mother used to call Lionel Richie. My mother used to say, oh, horse face, right? So my mother was the hugest Prince fan ever. God bless the dead. And so he said, horse face Lionel, right? So we like, we ain't worried about horse face. So we like, Michael was the one we was worried about, and Michael was only up for 2 that year. So we said, this is gonna be the year that that Prince takes over. So we sitting there in front of American Music Awards. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. We sitting in front of American Music Awards, like, okay, let's get ready for the Prince show. We all laughing, keying, like Prince, this, that, and the other, right? So he went, plunge him out. So first award, start off. The nominees for a pop rock album. The nominees are Lionel Richie, Can't Slow Down. I think it was like another one, and maybe Thriller was in it. And the winner is Prince Purple Rain. We was like, that's one out of one. 1 out of 1. We all amped up. 1 out of 1. Okay, Prince, clean sweep. Get up out of here, Mike. Blah, 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 right? Prince comes up on the stage. Thank you very much. And just walks off, right? After he got a standing ovation, he comes off, and then just says, thank you very much. Walks off the stage. So he got that one. After that, I think they put the black ball on. They put the Nicki Minaj on him. Because after he won that one, and remember, Lionel Richie's hosting, right? Lionel Richie's hosting. And he's also up for 6 awards. Prince is up for 9 awards. Prince wins the first one. We like, it's gonna be the Prince night. This is the Prince Awards. Next award, Lionel Richie wins. Award after that, Lionel Richie. Award after that, Lionel Richie. I'm like, what? So now Lionel Richie done won 3 out of 3. No, 3 out of 4. Then the album of the year, that was Purple Rain. Prince won album of the year. So Prince ends up winning 3 awards that night. Right? He wins 3 awards that night out of 9. He was pissed. So he's like, Lionel Richie was hosting. Dick Clark don't like me. Dick Clark is backing this We Are the World. Quincy and Lionel and that damn Michael is over there. F that. Right? So Prince says, F that. So Madge, right? That night is the first night she really met Prince. She had seen him before, and she was a fan of his. I mean, why wouldn't I meet him? I'm a fan. It's as simple as that. He's amazing. I'm a fan. So, as I've already told everybody, as far as it comes to talking to Madonna, when you are talking to Madonna, it's like you're the only person she's talking to. And she is very intimidating. When she talks to you, she's looking you dead in your eyes, and you're like, oh, shit. So I just want you to know I'm a fan. I think you're brilliant. I think you're amazing. And we need to do something together. Immediately. Like tonight. So Prince is like, oh, really? She come up to him, and he in his little entourage. He's there with the Revolution. And then Madge is like, excuse me, Wendy, Lisa, and whatever your name is, excuse me. So Madonna walks over to Prince's section by herself, excuses past the Wendy's and the Lisas and the Bobby Z's and the Dr. Finks, and she's over to Prince like, I'm a fan. And I just want you to know that. So, and we need to do something like tonight. So Prince is saying, well, I happen to be free because I'm blowing off We Are the World because of what they did to me tonight. and because Michael Jackson's there, and Lionel Richie, and Dick Clark. He's the cause of all of this. He never liked me since American Bandstand. So I'm blowing it off. So Madonna said, perfect. Because Cyndi Lauper's there. So I'm not going. So Madonna was like, this is the perfect time for me to dip out. And if you notice, when you look at We Are the World and you look at all those big names that was there, who were the two names that are missing? Prince and Madonna. Because they were invited to go and they were supposed to go. But they went and blew it off and went and hung out. And Madonna said, I'm straight. Cyndi Lauper's there. So even more reason for me not to go. Because Madonna and Cyndi Lauper never got along. Right, so Cyndi came along and everybody was comparing her to Madonna. And Madonna used to be like, I don't see any comparison except with both two white girls. That's about it. And we're both women. She's like, well, kind of. I think she's a woman. I know I'm a woman. I think she's a woman. So they blew it off. They went and hung out. Her and Prince ended up getting close, ended up messing around. And Prince just sent the record to them like, here, I'll give you, I'll permit a record. I'll send the record to you. So Michael was like, didn't I tell you? I told you he wasn't coming, Quincy. You're going to listen to me one day about this guy. He's just not a good guy. He's a meanie. So Quincy's like, I mean, I don't understand. They're like, well, Lionel Richie, after he done got them 6 awards he didn't deserve. I don't understand why Prince would do this. Because he's a meanie, Lionel. I don't understand what you guys don't understand about this guy. He's a meanie. He's not going to check his ego to do it. He thinks he's better than everybody. That's why I put that sign there. Check your ego at the door. And that was a sign that Michael Jackson, if you go back to We Are the World, there is a sign as they all walk into the studio and it says, check your ego at the door. Michael Jackson personally designed that sign for Prince. Still throwing shade. And he said, I knew he wasn't going to come. I knew he wasn't going to come. So, and then the funny thing is, a couple of years later, when they did We Are the World on stage, Prince didn't even sing. He refused to sing the song. He had a lollipop in his mouth. And he was telling Quincy, here, you want a date? Psych. He asked Quincy, do he want to suck his lollipop? And then Quincy, his old gay ass wanted. You know what, Quincy? Quincy's like, suck Prince's lollipop? Hell yeah. Prince was like, psych. And Prince pulled the lollipop from his mouth. Quincy getting ready to look down there and suck Prince's lollipop. He gonna suck Prince's lollipop after Prince been sucking on it. Prince was like, oh, hell. Oh, man. Prince was like, oh, heck, nah. Nah, you gonna my mouth been all over this. You don't know what I was doing with this mouth. My mouth been all over this lollipop. He was going right down there with no hesitation. Prince said with no hesitation. You seen that? Y'all seen Quincy? Y'all seen Quincy? I offered him to lick my lollipop. He went right down there with no hesitation. My mouth been all over this thing. You don't know where my mouth been last night. Yo. Oh man, that was hilarious. That was good stuff though. But later on, as time went on, man, they got respect for each other, and they ended with respect for each other. They were rivals. It was just about rivalry. Oh, Stevie Wonder. He can see. He probably went to Ghana. You know Stevie can see. Stevie probably went right on there to Ghana. Over there fronting. Stevie ain't even blind no more. Fronting. Yo, nigga, you can see. Shaka Khan said you can see. Lionel Richie said you can see. Bill Bellamy said you can see. Nigga, you can see. G on Spill the Sugar said you can see. Nigga, you can see. Shaq said you can see too. That nigga Stevie to pull the okie doke. Oh man. 5 people and said Stevie Wonder can see. Yes. 5 people said he can see. Shaka Khan was the first one. He got his eyesight back like in the late 90s. Stevie's been able to see, he doesn't have perfect vision, but he can now see. No, I am not. Day one love, I am not. Trust me, I am not. He can see now. I'm telling you, he can see well enough. He got his eyesight back, but since he made his brand on being blind, he just kept it going. He didn't tell anybody that of course, he doesn't have perfect eyesight. He can see. Stevie Wonder can see now. He can see well enough. Lionel Richie said he backed his car out. Come on now. Lionel Richie said Stevie Wonder turned around and backed his car out into his parking space. No, Stevie Wonder was born blind. Ray Charles wasn't born blind. Ray Charles could see at first, and then he ended up getting that eye disease that makes you gradually go blind. Stevie Wonder was born blind. But as technology went on, well, no, I don't think Stevie had his eyesight by then. That was in the 80s. Stevie was still blind in the 80s. He got his eyesight back once he's not a fraud. Once technology and microscopic surgery and stuff like that started playing a part, Stevie Wonder got his eyesight back. I'm telling you. Hold on. Y'all think I'm bugging? Look. Hold on. Hold on.
With a career spanning almost 5 decades, Shaka Khan not only has the talent and...
Hold on, y'all. Sorry, guys. That is not it. Look. I can't find it. Hold on. Listen to Lionel Richie. Listen to Lionel Richie.
So let's talk Stevie Wonder, because I know y'all friends. Do y'all like literally hang out all the time? And like
Stevie is probably, I'm going to tell you something. I've been spending my whole life with him thinking he can see. I know he can see.
I thought you said sing.
No, he can see. Listen, the story I tell, this is the funniest. I went to his house. He says, want to hear a new song? I've got it in the car. Come on, go with me. We go out to the car. He says, you sit on the passenger side. I'll sit on the driver's side. He goes in. He cranks the car up. He puts the tape in, right? And then he does this. And it starts driving back down the driveway.
No, sir.
And I screamed, said, Stevie, what are you doing? And he said, got you, didn't I? But I would hate to get around him because every time I would get around him, I would not want.
That boy can see. Okay. What Drake topic do I have for my last topic of the night? Wait a minute. I don't think I have a Drake topic. Oh, okay. So Drake and Rihanna or Nicki Minaj. So everybody will ask, right? And I got the answer because okay. We know that Drake has said publicly that Rihanna is the love of his life, and we know that he said publicly that Nicki Minaj is the love of his life. So people want to know, would Drake pick Nicki Minaj or would he pick Rihanna? Right? Okay. Here we go. Now, remember when Drake got up on stage and he said, Rihanna has, I've been in love with her since I was 23 years old. And, she is definitely the love of my life. Whoop, 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 right? But you see, Drake has always been about Nicki Minaj, right? Now, I know that people say that, yeah, but he dated Rihanna 3 times. Right. He dated Rihanna 3 times. That's got because Nicki wasn't going to date him. So Nicki has never looked at Drake in a way of, we'll date. She played around with him and said, yeah, me and Drake's going to get married and this, that, and the other. So she did that little play thing with him when he was saying, me and Nicki getting married today. And all you haters that was hating the K. Ooh, yeah, you saw in my eyes. So he was always saying him and Nick's going to get married. Nicki would play around with them. So, but he was never going to date Nicki. He was never going to date Nicki. Well, Nicki was never going to date him. So, Nicki was always in a relationship. So he was like, listen, I'm going to go off and do my thing. But the moment you say, Daddy, come home, I'm coming home. And she'd be like, oh, Drake, you stop it. So it's kind of like with Amber Rose and Kim Kardashian, right? Drake has always wanted Nicki. Now, I don't know about the situation right now. I don't know who he would pick at this very moment because their relationships are so different now from before. Him and Rihanna and him and Nicki Minaj. And like I said, I'm very close to somebody in OVO, and I'm going to take my because I don't be around Drake. So I'm going to base my opinion and my take on what I know. Okay? When I had this conversation with my boy that's in OVO, I've been knowing him 16 years. Right? I said, who would Drake pick 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and now? Right? I said, Rihanna or Nicki? And he said, 10 years ago, definitely Nicki. 5 years ago, probably still Nicki. He said, but right now, he would probably take Rihanna. He said, but that's only because where they are right now, Drake and Nicki, are just really getting back on cordial terms. Right? So, but during the times where he was on good terms with Rihanna and Nicki, he wasn't taking nobody over Nicki. And so, but the thing that's changed about Drake now and Nicki Minaj is that Drake no longer has that aura. Right? He no longer feels, you have to remember something. Not only did Drake thought Nicki was fine and, the big butt and, all those other things, she was gorgeous and her body was crazy. But the whole fact of the aura of her being Nicki Minaj, right? That was an aura. Nicki Minaj is the biggest female rap star. Rihanna was never really clearly the biggest pop star. She's arguably was the biggest pop star, but people will argue and say Rihanna, Beyonce was bigger, Adele was bigger. In our time, Taylor Swift was bigger, right? But Nicki was clearly the top dog female rapper. There's never been anyone bigger than Nicki. So you have to add the aura to it as well. On top of that, for Hollywood, right? For Hollywood and for celebrities. Now remember, we are comparing it to celebrities. When it comes to celebrities, Nicki is not ran through. Now remember, we're comparing her to other celebrities. So that's another thing that guys, when they think about Nicki, they think, oh, you know what? Not that many dudes have been in that. And if I get with her, it's not going to be a whole bunch of niggas like, oh yeah, I know what that's like. Right? Rihanna is a little different. You know, Rihanna was coming up off them cookies, especially earlier in her career. Now, she's toned it down much more later on in her career. But early in her career, Rihanna was coming up off them cakes. So, like I said, Nicki is, you know, a little bit different. And when it comes to, you know, celebrity or whatever, right. Now, well, they're both very successful. And I'll get to why they start speaking. They're both very successful. Rihanna is worth more. Rihanna's worth more. Rihanna's made more money. She's worth more money. But Nicki is very successful as well. Right? So wherein Nicki may not have the money that Rihanna has, and she may not have made the money that Rihanna has, you can make an argument that Nicki is just as successful in female rap as Rihanna has been in pop. Right? You can make the argument. Now, I know Rihanna leads the whole pop world in number ones. Nicki does not lead rap in number one. She leads rap in top 40 hits. In the most top 40 hits, I think she leads female rap in top 100 hits. She leads female rap in top 40 hits, and she probably leads them in top 10 hits. I'm not sure. But definitely top 20, top 40. She, as we all know, she broke Aretha Franklin's record, and Aretha Franklin is a singer, and Nicki is a rapper, and she's breaking singers' records. So they're both very successful. Reed has made more money. Reed branched out, and with her Fenty brand or what have you, she has become, as far as wealth and what have you, she's got more money than Nicki. But Nicki's very successful too. Let's not get it twisted. But when it comes to what men look for, right? Rihanna is a little, I don't want to say played out, right? I don't want to say played out, but a lot of guys have gotten with Rihanna. And the only thing about Ree is, for the status that she's at, dudes look at it and be like, damn, she let Travis hit. You know, you know what I mean? Like, she let Travis hit, allegedly. You know, she allegedly let, you know, what's her name, talk or get in her face Clint Dixon, God bless the dead. You know, Clifford Dixon or Clint Dixon. You know, people like Travis before he was even Travis. And then they're like, oh, there was rumors going around that she let Meek hit. Now, Meek came out and denied and said we never dated, but you got to watch those words. We didn't say y'all dated, nigga. We didn't say y'all dated. We said y'all smashed. So he's going to come out and say, oh, we never dated. I didn't say date. We said smash. Because Meek Mills made it seem as though he smashed. And he can't lie and say that he did not. Meek Mills made it seem as though he smashed Rihanna. He could try to clean it up later, maybe once Rihanna's people called him or whatever the case may be. But he tried to insinuate that he smashed Rihanna when he was making fun of Chris Brown, and and that's why Chris unfollowed Meek. He tried to make it seem as though he smashed Rihanna. So he could try to clean it up all he wants, but Meek Mill, no, she didn't smash him and him. But Meek Mill was trying to make everybody feel as though he smashed Rihanna. The situation with Jay wanted Rihanna. Trust me, Jay wanted Rihanna. He liked Rihanna. Rihanna was young. She was naive. She was willing to give it up to Jay. You'd always see Jay smiling around Rihanna. He didn't stop really not messing with her until she started messing with Drake. And where they really started to fall out as after she came back and she went and did that record with Chris Brown after Jay knowingly tried to blackball Chris Brown. Rihanna came back and did the 2 records with him, and Jay was specifically told her, I told you not to do any more records with him. Rihanna was like, fuck you. This is my fucking life. It's my fucking life. Like, look at this is my life. My life, not your life. It's my life. So I fucking I do records who I want. So Jay didn't like that when she came back and did Ain't Nobody's Business. Ain't Nobody's Business. When she did them 2 records with Chris, Jay was like, you know what? I'm treating her like straight business. Right? Jay hates Chris because of the whole he started dating Rihanna, and then he beat Rihanna. So Jay tried to blackball Chris, and he had him blackballed for a while. But Rihanna and Drake stopped talking because, Drake, after all those years of chasing Rihanna finally gave in. She got the tattoo with the shark. She went to Miami with him. They stayed together 4 days after that whole thing on stage where everybody was saying, oh, she played Drake. But she didn't play Drake. People got to look into that. They just see that he went in for a kiss on TV and Rihanna gave him a hug. But if you kept your eye on that as they're walking off the stage, she kissed him on the lips. What he wanted to do on the stage. She just didn't want to do that on the stage. And allegedly she told him that before he pulled that little stunt. Drake being Drake as usual. She said, look don't embarrass me. Don't do that on stage. Don't come on stage and put me on the spot. And he said he wasn't going to do it. And he did it anyway. That's the reason why she just gave him a hug and she shunned him on stage. However, after that show, if you look back, you can Google back or whatever. They went, they left that night. They went to his hotel. If you remember back pictures, Rihanna was walking to the hotel with just Drake's shirt on and nothing else. I think she was wearing his shirt as a dress. That shirt that he has on right there with the bow tie. All right. The next morning, she had that shirt on, that shirt that he's wearing right there in that picture with the bow tie. And and she was wearing it as a dress. That was in the hotel in New York. That was the night after the rewards. They then both jumped on the umbrella, Ella. They both jumped on the plane, went to Miami together, and that was the night where they almost got thrown out of the club. Right? That was the night that they both almost got thrown out of the club because Rihanna was crazy drunk, pulling on Drake. And Drake was like, come on, what's going on? I believe I don't believe he still wants her. But I believe he took such a hit from people because his mother loves her. His mother loves her. His mother wanted Drake to have babies with Rihanna. Right? His mother wanted Drake to have babies around. Now his mother also loves his ex Nebby to death because she still hangs out with her. So Drake's ex Nebby still goes to Drake's mama's house. She still drives her to the store, and shit like that. So, but as far as celebrity females, Drake's mother wanted him to have kids with Rihanna. That's why he said what he said on the barbershop show. I know people wanted me to have a family with Rihanna, and so did I. But it didn't work out that way. So I believe if it came down between the two of them right now, a pick between those two, I believe right this very moment he picked Rihanna because him and Nicki really, really fell to a bad place. And Nicki's married. I mean, so of course Nicki's married now. So he probably feels, there's definitely never going to be a shot with Nicki. That's why with Kenny around, the dude won't let Nicki out of his sight. You know the fucking vibe. Where y'all going? Nah, you don't need to talk. Both y'all can talk over here. Why you need to go all the way over there to talk to him, Bell Bay? Nah, y'all stay right here and talk. Whatever you can say to my wife, you can say in front of me. You know the fucking vibe. Oh, man. But didn't he have a child with an escort? He had a child with a adult entertainer that's never had sex on screen. So she was one of those, we called them soft porn stars. When I used to produce porn, women that just took videos of we called them video stars. Like all her videos are like masturbation and shit like that. She hasn't had, when people say porn stars, like they're just trying to throw shade and they're just trying to make Drake look bad. She's never had sex on screen. So to me, that's not a porn star. Right? To me, that's not a porn star. She's never had sex on screen. She's done masturbation. She's done, I think, vibrator and masturbation scenes. She has not had sex with a girl or a guy. Yeah, she's only had sex with herself on a screen. Yeah, he got those scrub, but she definitely, even from the beginning, even if you go look her up on Pornhub and this, that, and the other, because I know everybody did it. You go look her up on Pornhub, where he probably couldn't scrub those. Um, she has never had sex with a man or a female on camera. I mean, so, but I don't think Nicki, him and Nicki's relationship is never going to be the way it was. Him and Rihanna's relationship will never be the way it was, only because Rihanna doesn't trust him. Right? She doesn't trust him. But anyway, that's about it, guys. I've been on here 3 hours. I gave y'all 3 hours. And who gave me a super chat? Just Shay. 3 hours I gave y'all. Wow. Y'all can hook your boy up with a super chat? With a what is them thing called? Cash app? Okay, y'all. I got you. All right, y'all. 3 hours and 40 minutes, almost 4 hours. I'm out of here. Love y'all. I'm out.